It is Compass FM and the Mega Music Breakfast all over North Canterbury, Waimakariri 104.9, 103.7, but at the moment let's concentrate on the Waimakariri because at 19 minutes to 9 we've got Mayor Dan Gordon on the phone. Good morning, Dan. How are you today?
Good morning, Kerry, and good morning to your listeners. I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's a wee bit early this morning for you and I. Normally we sort of rap and riff after 9 o'clock in the morning, but today's going to be a pretty big day for the Waimakariri District Council. You've got some deliberations and other bits and pieces that are going to be going on for the district plan. That's all happening after 9 o'clock this morning, is that right?
That's right, and thanks for your flexibility because today we start our deliberations from 9 o'clock. We've been working on our annual plan since last year, and of course with the COVID situation, we needed to go through and review our budget. So we've listened to what our communities had to say and also our own gut instinct as to where we think the budget needs to be. If it all goes as I expect it to, subject to deliberations with colleagues, we're going to be reducing our rate increase, which was indicated at about 4%, to around 1.5%, which has been a considerable amount of work going to get it to that point. But we recognise there's hardship, but we also recognise that the council's got a role to play in investment in essential infrastructure and providing leadership in COVID recovery. So they are the things that we're being focused on, and I should be able to be in a position to confirm that later today or tomorrow where we finally rested there.
There's still potholes that need to be filled up. There's still recycling units that need to be maintained and manned, and life and the economy still has to go on. But say if it's between 1% and 2% is certainly a drop from 4.5%, which was signalled there earlier on. So yeah, we look forward to finding that out in the near future. I guess you'll be looking at plenty of P&L sheets. You can read a P&L sheet too?
I certainly can. I've been on the council for 15 years, and I've also been involved with business for a number of years as well. So reading a profit and loss sheet is something I'm really experienced, as are all my colleagues. But we have fantastic finance staff here that make sure that what we're presented is understandable. It's all audited by Audit New Zealand, so all the material, and we've just gone through a local government excellence program, and they haven't released the findings of that yet, but I've seen a draft, and that they give us a pretty top marks for our financial performance and how explainable our budget is, which is good. But Kerry, you make a really good point. It's technically possible to go to zero rates. I know a number of councils have commented on that. We've decided to go down the responsible path, which is indicating savings, but also not wanting to load future years up with expenditure, and that's what would end up happening, deferring some items. There are certainly things that we are deferring, but in the whole, we've got to keep up with the maintenance, like the potholes, recycling, street maintenance, parks and reserves. They're really important, and we don't want to fall behind in that space.
Absolutely, and I would imagine the vast majority of those in the Waimakariri don't want to fall behind or to be loaded up with or too much debt as well. Running a council is sort of like running a business, but there is more to running a bit. Most businesses are, you increase your revenue and you reduce your costs, but sometimes things can't be reduced as much as you want because of events. And so if you've obviously worked very, very hard with your team as well, so congratulations to you. And you'll be getting some bouquets and probably brickbats probably a bit later on this afternoon or early tomorrow morning. So I wish you and the rest of the council all the very best in your deliberations.
Thanks, Kerry. Really appreciate that. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it every week.